Hi, this is Kathy with Decal Pals on Etsy, and I'm going to show you how to use the Swirly Bunny files in this listing. So you've made the purchase, you've downloaded your zip file, you extracted your zip files and you stored them somewhere on your computer so that you can find them. You've opened your ScanNCut canvas and you're at the design mat as you see right here on the screen. So you're going to click on SVG. I've already navigated my way, but you'll choose File, navigate your way to the SVG file, Swirly Bunny with two-color background, SVG. Now you have an FCM file, but I would advise you to start with your SVG because it works a little better in some of the welding things we might want to do. The FCM file would be good if you wanted to just download it to a thumb drive and go straight to your machine to cut and to use the file there. And I will make a video that will show you how to do that. But when we're working in Canvas, I like to start with the SVG files. So you're going to choose that, open, tell it OK. And here are your designs on your design mat. Now, if this is the size that you want, then you're in business. But if you want to resize the design components, I'm going to show you how to do that. So first of all, you're going to want to align and group each of the pieces of the design. So here you have the word happy, the text for happy, and then this is the background color. So we want to choose both of those, and we want to edit, align, center, edit, align middle. And then we want to go back and we want to group those. Now you can see that the two little dotted lines have turned into one box with these resizing handles on the side and the rotation button on the top. So that's what we want to do. They're perfectly aligned. They're grouped now, and they will act as one component, one object with whatever we want to do from now on. Let's do that again now, but let's do it with the bunny. So I'm going to get a closer look here. So I'm going to hit the zoom magnification, and when I get the crosshairs, I'm going to drag and include whatever I want to zoom, and you can see it zoom just to the things that we're using. Now I've made this design for the bunny so that the background design here, the solid design, is just a tad bit smaller than the filigreed or swirly bunny design. And that is so that when you cut them out of two different colors, this under color, the background color, won't peek out around the edges. And let me show you what I mean by that. Again, we're going to select, we're going to click outside of any design to deselect, and then we're going to just drag an invisible line around both items until we see this dotted line. That means they're both selected. Then we're going to go back to Edit, Align Center, Edit, Align Middle. Now you can't tell it here, but the green is a little bit smaller. Well, you can tell it here because these two dotted boxes around each design are offset a little bit. That means that one design is a bit smaller than the other. But let me show you what that looks like. So I'm going to deselect, and if I click anywhere on the black, it selects the black part of the design, and I'm going to edit. I'm going to send it to the bottom. And now you can see that it looks like this is the green piece with a little black outline, but actually the green piece doesn't have any outline on its own. I'm going to click undo. What you see is that black part peeking out from under the green part, and in reverse of that, we don't want that to happen. We don't want your background color to show anywhere but through the little cutouts. So let's undo, and we have our black back on top, and now we're going to choose these two pieces again, and we're going to group them. So now they're going to act as one piece, and I'm scrolling down to choose the rest of my design. Again, we're going to group these two, edit, center, edit, align middle, edit, group. Now that's all one piece. So let's go to view and fit to all content so we can see our design. Now there are a couple of things you could do here at this point in time. If you like the traditional, let's just put everything right smack dab in the middle of everything, you can edit, align, center. That puts all of your pieces aligned right down the middle. And you can tell by the way these boxes overlap or don't overlap in this case, how far apart your components are. So say you want to scooch the Easter up a little bit, just deselect by clicking outside of any of the designs. Click on Easter, and I'm going to use my cursor keys on my keyboard, and I'm just going to nudge it up a little bit, and then I'm going to select everything again. And I can see that my Easter is still a little bit further down than these two. It's a little bit a little further apart, and that's okay. But if you want to change that again, just click outside, click Easter, and a couple of up arrow clicks, and it brings it into alignment that way. Now, say you wanted to be a little different. You didn't want to necessarily do the centered thing as most people do, or as a lot of folks do. You know, I might move this over to where his little ear is sticking up there under the P, and then move Easter where the little T is kind of there in front of his back leg, and that gives a little bit of a tighter design depending on where you want to put it and what you want to do. But however you decide to in the end arrange those three pieces, to finally get your right sizing, you'd select all three. Again, you want to group everything so now that it acts as one. And right here you can see the size of your entire design. I ended up at almost 5 inches for my height and about 4 1/4 for my width. So say I want to fill a space that is 7 inches tall. I could go grab one of these corner handles when my arrow turns to a diagonal, and simply drag. Wherever you choose to drag, it's going to pull it away from the opposite point of the design. You can see this remains in place when I pull here. Oh, I went a little over 7, so let's say I want to go back smaller. Again, you're going to use your corner. That's going to keep it in proportion. And as you can see now, when I shrink it down, this corner stayed in place and the design moved towards it or away from it if I were to get larger. Still kind of not right at 7 inches. So to be more accurate, you can go to the Show Properties box while you got your design selected, and I can click in this box right here, and then on my keyboard I'm going to type 7 and I'm going to enter. Now you want to make sure that this box is checked right here, because that makes it wider as it makes it taller, or decreases the width as it decreases the height, whichever way you're going. If you wanted to do a percentage, use resize by scale, go right here. And let's see, I want to go down by 50%. So I'm going to enter 50% here. And since this is checked, the design is going to resize automatically both ways. And I'm back down to 3.5 here. See how that works? So now I'm happy with that. And I need to get ready to go to the mat and cut. So I need to ungroup. Click outside the design. Ungroup, 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 and now I would move my pieces apart so that I could send it to the mat. Send it to the machine to cut, or download it onto my thumb drive, whichever way you're able to get your designs to your machine. I hope this helped you use this design. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below, or feel free to contact me through Etsy or through Facebook at Decal Pals on Facebook, and I will be glad to address any issues that arise for you. This is Kathy with Decal Pals on Etsy. Keep cutting and stay happy.